welcome, welcome. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I want to welcome you back this morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you have found this message. I'm so grateful that you're here. So let's go on ahead and open the energy up today with a message, a download that's coming through. We're going to actually pull some cards on it just to get a little deeper understanding of how this applies to whomever this is resonating with in the collective. And today's download actually talks about the way that we're engaging with our experience. So I had a download come in just as I was awakening this morning, and I kind of it felt good to just say it over and over and over again. So the download is, I am in this body, feeling into this experience like a child, constantly exploring something new. And then that reference to a clean book came in right after that. So I found this to be really interesting because when I think about the download in and of itself, it really speaks about the way that we are exploring this experience through our bodies, like in a sensory way, and really taking in everything there is to explore here in the Earth School. So it kind of gave me the mindset of the importance of being grounded and really being present with your experience. A lot of times when we talk about mindfulness, meditation, energy work, excuse me, we talk about, this feeling of wanting to feel like cosmic, like we're flying away, like we're floating off into the cosmos, out of body. But really, to get the fullest benefit out of this experience, we really need to be grounded so we can be present, because that's where everything is happening, is in that present moment. And actually, it is quite magical because we're seeing choices develop into different timelines and life paths with different results, and we're experiencing that through our sensory and taking that in. So just a really powerful experience when we're present and utilizing mindfulness versus kind of just like going through the motions of life and not really feeling connected. Now, with that being said, I also feel like this is really important because there was a video, well, it's a video, either it's about to be released or it has been released. I think I just released it, but it's talking about 5D consciousness and new earth energy. So there's a lot of information coming up here for the collective that has to do with, how to move into these new energies and how to utilize them in a way that feels more supportive instead of feeling like, confusing or difficult, challenging, whatever it is, but really how to step into these energies in a way that feels connective and realistic for where you are, not some fantasy timeline you're not on, but like where you are presently at. And so I really feel like today's download about being in the body and feeling into the experience can help us with being mindful about really picking up on our sensory and stepping into the present moment and experiencing what's there. So just a really powerful energy there. And then the like a child part really gives me, kind of an energy of the way children are inquisitive about things. They're asking questions. No question is a dumb question. They're totally fine with just bugging you again and again and again until they get the answer they want, and really being like that about our experience. Not scraping the surface of things or settling for things, but rather, going deeper and allowing our inner universe to expand as we ask, how can I go deeper? How can I understand more? And that energy being childlike almost, where we're releasing past core beliefs and experiences that have set up or hardwired a certain way we do things, really stepping out of those patterns and exploring it from a new vantage point or a new viewpoint. And then of course the clean book reference cleaning your book, clearing off the pages, looking at some new information and putting some new information down. So being like an open book, being like a empty page book, ready to fill it up with new information. And even this positioning here with the hands, like willing to receive something new, not being stuck on doing things the old way. Okay. So that actually, just side note, guys, that puts me in the memory of something a really dear friend once shared with me years ago. She has since transcended on to her next mission, but a very beautiful, sweet soul that I had as a good friend for a time. And she was older than I was, but she would share these little gems with me about energy work. And even though it wasn't framed or referenced in that way, it was definitely energy work, what I understand it to be now. And she showed me the difference between this and this. And in this position, our energetic hands are able to receive and to give. But when we are closed off energetically, we are neither truly able to receive or give. We might even think, well, I'm closing off because I want to receive. But your energetic hands are closed. You really can't. And so that was a beautiful message that just popped into my head just now. I don't know. I just thought I'd share with you. Maybe she's assisting me right now. She's such an amazing person. I miss her being here. Okay, so we're going to start with Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette. We're going to get a lead message, and then we're going to go into a few other oracle decks. So I have the Shadow Work deck, I have Hip Hop Queens, and I also have the Love Tarot. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Guys, if you have coffee, tea, any morning beverages that you are, because this is when this is filmed, is in the morning, that you are utilizing to kind of wake up or just sipping to enjoy, please bring those into the space now. So that way we can enjoy this space together. Take a minute. If this is the start of your day, I hope that your day is off to a good start. And I hope that you're enjoying your day. If this is not the start of your day, that is okay. I hope you're able to take a moment with me and just kind of tap in and tune into this energy. I do want to mention that all of the messages are collective messages, so this is not a personal reading. So I'm picking up on many energies. Please like, share, and subscribe, as this is an energetic form of connection and donation. It allows me to pick up on your energy better, and I'm more likely to come up with reads that are in alignment or associated with the energies that you are experiencing or dealing with. I want to welcome back all of my current subscribers, new subs, guests to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope that you'll return. If the message resonates for you, excellent. If it doesn't, it's okay. Please come back often, as I'm doing regular uploads at this time to really get the channel off the ground. Okay, guys? And feel free to leave comments in the comment area if something resonated for you, or you have your own personal experience you would like to share to kind of support and uplift the collective. Okay, so let's go on ahead and clear out the space. I'm gonna light my fabulous vanilla candle. As a matter of fact, I gotta go back this week and get another one. It's so wonderful. The energy is great and it smells pretty awesome. And we're gonna light up some, let's see, what are we doing today? I think we're gonna do a little Palo Santo, because why not? Let's go on ahead and do that. How's you guys' weekend? This was filmed on Monday, so if you are catching it the day that it was filmed, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope it was restful or fun, you know, exciting, relaxing, whatever words you want to use to describe a good weekend. I hope it was a good weekend for you. And if you're looking at this during the week, I hope that the week is going well. I just love Palo Santo. It's so good. Lately, I've been lighting a lot of sage. I'm getting up on my sage game. Okay, we're gonna just place that there. Beautiful. And I am going to ring my meditation bell for those of you who are not new to the channel. And for those of you who are new to the channel, if you know or don't know, it's okay. I'm going to mention it again. Please, if you are sound sensitive, turn down the volumes on your device now as I ring the bell. Okay, very good. So let's go on ahead and get into this coffee. I might even label this a morning coffee read because it really truly was. I only have about 30-40 minutes this morning, but still it's enough to get the energy moving. Okay, so we're getting into our channel message. I am in this body, feeling into this experience like a child, constantly exploring something new. Open book. So that's our message for today. Let's find out what the oracle guides have to say about that. And per usual, my cards are pre-shuffled and charged. I always give them a little shuffle here on the channel just so that you can know that the cards have been shuffled and I am not just pulling specific cards. Definitely want you guys to see how the energy is working. Okay. So Spirit, what do we need to know? Like, what's the start of this message here? Or what direction are you leading us with this message here today? I'm seeing some energies. A lot of cosmic and celestial energies. Let's see. We'll take the bottom card, Spirit. Denial, healer guides. Interesting. Number 35. Now, I know that might seem like a weird card to come out with this particular message, but actually it may not be. Let me hold the card up here so you can see it. So it looks like she's got one eye open and then the other hand is covering the other eye, and it's something that they are looking at. So something they're not fully comfortable with, or maybe not really fully seeing, that could help them. And I think that's why that came out, because this energy has been kind of hovering around here lately in relation to the collective, because there's a lot of like strong transitions into new energy right now. And so these can be difficult and challenging, because along with those can be like tower moments, like what's spoken about in tarot. And that's the card where the tower is falling, flames are shooting out the tower, people are jumping out like, ah! So tower moments aren't always bad, like for the purposes of being bad. Sometimes something feels like a tower, but it's actually a major shift that is occurring that is uncomfortable. So there could be some denial about what's happening and what whomever is resonating with this message needs to do about that thing. I mean, we keep it real here on the Ora-gen channel. And by the way, my name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I don't know if I said that up front or not. I just kind of jumped into the energy, but yeah, we keep it real. If this is the energy we need to deal with, that's because we need to understand how to clear this energy out, or how to move this energy through so you can get on with the things that you're here to do. And I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Let's read number 35, Denial. This is the healer guides. Confusion, distortion, ignorance, compromise. So it says, your divine healers are here to help you take off your blinders and more honestly assess the difficulties in your relationships. Although you prefer to believe that ignorance is bliss, the truth is that denial is not a genuine form of protection against unhappiness. Your guides gently ask you to summon the courage to honestly address the real problems that exist in your relationships. As difficult as they may be, until you do so, there's no chance that these problems will ever heal. So for example, admit when your best friend isn't just tipsy, but rather is regularly drunk. Or admit at least to yourself that when your son says he can't find a job, it's because he isn't looking that hard. Or that when your partner says he must work late every single night for months, that an affair or other digression is likely. Most important, acknowledge with compassion what you might be hiding from yourself or loved ones, your fears, addictions, excuses, and failures. Realize that what your mind blots out, your heart knows. And so does everyone else. In other words, when you're in denial, you're only kidding yourself. Your divine healers want you to admit these unpleasant realities, because until you do, you'll be stuck with them and the chaos they bring. Not every unpleasant reality needs to be challenged or changed, though. Sometimes it's best to compromise or let things be. If your partner is generally sloppy, for example, but is otherwise a gem, let it go. However, if your partner is in serious trouble or vice versa, you're only harming yourself and others and perpetuating the problem by denying it. So your healer guide's message to you is, take off the blinders and be open to the truth about others and yourself. Only then can you address and heal problems. Whoa. So when I think about the opening channel message, like a child constantly exploring something new. And then here we have the healer guide's message, take off the blinders and be open to the truth about others and yourself. Only then can you address and heal problems. So this is that clean book energy. There might be something here in the energy where collective needs to clean out or clear out confusion, distortion, ignorance, and compromise in areas that is not in alignment. And this energy has popped up before where, people in the collective might be struggling with releasing some relationships, scenarios, behavioral patterns that are not in alignment with this new energy that they're moving into. So there's like the frequency of the energy that is new, that's taking them where they want to go, and then there's the old frequency that they were on, and the two are like crashing into each other. So it's probably creating a lot of emotional response right now, because those two frequencies don't jive, they don't work together, they're not on the same frequency, and they're quite different. So there's been an encouragement constantly coming out energetically for the collective to really look at and examine some behavioral patterns, experiences, beliefs, things that have been part of their experience for a very long time. And it's really difficult, because things are hardwired. We do have this human aspect of the experience, with things being like physiologically hardwired behavioral patterns. And it's hard to step out of those processes because it's something that's known, and everything else is new and unknown. So it can definitely be difficult. But this is why number 35, your healer guides are gently asking you to summon your courage, because a lot of this stuff is brand new and you've never walked down these paths before. And so it may take courage to just boldly step into a space or take a step in a direction you've never gone before. And of course, the information here mentions from the guides that, it also might be a situation where you're overly hyper focused on the situation in a way that's not healthy. So, if your partner or a friend has a habit and it's not toxic and destructive, it's just who they are, learning how to accept people for who they are, especially if, universally they're a good person, and there's an area that is challenging for you to deal with, really giving your friend, associate, partner, or whatever some grace and allowing them to be who they are, just like you want to be who you are. And this can also move stagnant energy that's based in resentment and frustration and lower vibrational energies. And this isn't to judge energies. This is just saying when it's lower vibrational, it just doesn't feel as good. Just flat out. It doesn't. Higher vibrational energy feels better. It's more uplifting. You know, it brings more joy, it brings more happiness. So there's some energy here that needs to be looked at, and it looks like because it's new, because it's scary, it's easier to just kind of put the blinders on. But you see it. You can see how there's a gap, you know, where they're kind of peeking through one hand. Like they can kind of see it, they just don't really want to. So there's an adjustment that needs to be made there. Wow, this is interesting because I didn't necessarily think this would be the lead energy. Let's go on ahead and put her here, right on top of the selenite. Number 35 and also number 8 is on the table. So I grabbed the Love Tarot deck because I feel like there's some new relationships coming in for you guys. This also might be why this energy is here too, to remind you, like, if you are a person in the collective who has like new romantic options coming in, releasing these old patterns, energy, and behavior is going to be helpful for you so that you can actually get into these new relationships and enjoy them. Because if you are stuck in old behavioral patterns, beliefs, cycles that, you know, were limiting, and you take that energy into these new relationships, whether they're romantic, friendships, business, whatever, it can be destructive foundationally to those relationships, or they may never get off the ground. So that healing work will be important for what you're doing, you know, as far as your new opportunities coming in for you. That healing work will help you to really step into those new opportunities in a way that feels good and in alignment with what you wanted to create. I think that's super important, that message got out there. Okay, we're just going to kind of use these as general oracle as opposed to reading the guides on it. And just see what messages are coming out right now in relation to this. Spirit, what can we know about this? Because this is like different, basically archetypal energies here in this deck. So let's see some archetypal energies that you can tap into, or that can help you to understand what's going on here. Ooh, goodness. Yeah, this is difficult and challenging for someone in the collective, or those in the collective that this message resonates with. This is difficult and challenging. And that's okay. New things can be difficult and challenging. I mean, as a matter of fact, if there isn't a level of challenge to it and it's supposedly new, you're probably doing something quite similar to what you've been doing in the past. It's probably not that new. It's the new things, it's the new energy that's hard for us to, you know, move through, because it's brand new, it's a little scary. Yeah, inspiration. Find yourself inspired by these opportunities to step into these new, I guess, these new concepts, these new ways of thinking. These new opportunities require new energy. And maybe look at an aspect of something that you want to feel from these new opportunities and utilize that as your inspiration. That might help you to step into an energy of courage here, which is what this is going to take. Anything else on this, Spirit, for the collective? Archetypal energy that can help them to understand how to really move into these new energies, or anything on the channeled message. Whoops, there we go. We got a few here. Yep, spirituality, super important. And when I say spirituality, I'm not speaking about methods and processes that, you know, maybe for some members of the collective, because I know starseeds, collectives, you know, light workers, a lot of us had traumatic experiences with religion, okay, because we're so open to universal and cosmic energy. the way that we do things naturally is a little different. It's a lot different. Let's call it what it is. So if you were in a childhood where you were confined to certain rituals, processes, and techniques that were not in alignment for you, or the way information was delivered didn't resonate or sit well with you, there might be some emotional trauma from religion. That's understandable. But when we talk about spirituality, we are talking about connection with higher self, with, universal energies in their proper space. Not the way someone is telling you to do it, but the way it actually resonates and works for you as a being. That's what we're talking about. And so there's encouragement here to utilize your spirituality, maybe even as inspiration, to step into these new avenues, or utilize connection with aspects of higher self and universal energies to help you with courage to move through these challenging and new areas. Yes, because change is here. And this is how we move through change. We actually have to be willing to open up to change. That's the way change comes. Angel. Do some of you have some spirit guides that are assisting you? And look at how that fell right up underneath spirituality. Spirituality and angel. So yeah, strong message here to really rely on your spirit guides, your spirit team, your guardians, however you refer to them, okay? And really relying on that support in here as you are moving into these new areas that might feel a little bit scary. So it might require some courage, or mustering some courage to take that step. But you are also being shown here that if you take that step, you have spiritual or angelic support, or support from your guides or your spirit team to assist you as you take those steps. You're not alone. Wow, that's really powerful energy, guys. Really powerful. All right, I'm being told to take this one. Yeah, fluidity. Fluidity. Be fluid. And I'm constantly talking about here on this channel, like, be like water. I'm not trying to be corny. Literally, water just goes. It comes up against obstacles. It does. But it moves through them. It finds the easiest path of least resistance. And it just goes. Be fluid. This will also help you. Trying to do things the old way that you've done it, or uphold old standards that are attached to old core beliefs and behavioral patterns, is not the way into this new energy. You really have to be like a child, like the opening message, and be willing to ask questions and learn something new. There might be something in here, talking with others. Maybe you have organizations, community groups, people who have been involved with energy work or stepping into 5D consciousness, new earth energy, and have been doing it longer than you have. There might be some encouragement here to talk with others and get some hints on like tools that they use that assisted themselves. Or just talking with somebody of like mind and energy can be helpful too, because it can help you to have somebody to bounce things off of, so you're not feeling so alone and unsupported, because you're not. But it can definitely feel like that, because once again, we're in human form at this time, experiencing things through our sensory. Pride. Yeah, there's a couple ways we could take this, because this landed on top of fluidity. So, it could be that there's some pride about some past situations that's keeping you from being as fluid as you could be. Because initially I was going to say pride is in take pride in what you're doing, and this could be like a form of inspiration to move you towards your goal. So we could take it that way, but also there's something in here about, not being prideful, and prideful in the sense of like not being willing to listen to the cosmic messages that are clearly confirmation, clearly being presented in front of your face, and just trying to ignore them and keep doing what you've always done, because the results won't be the same as if you really surrender to the process. And that can be scary. That word surrender is not an easy word. And it's not something that we are taught in society to engage with. Everything is about resistance, and not the good kind of resistance. When I say resistance, like resistance to negative energies and low vibing situations and abusive people and things. And no, there's not a whole lot of support for that. But like, you know, systemically, resistance is really like something that's really spoken about. Like, you know, there's nothing in the energy about, you know, learn how to accept what you can't change and find another way through. You don't hear that very much. Usually, if you hear that, it's usually in a more spiritual setting. But systemically, you know, it's push up against this and push up against that, but it's not even helpful, you know, and they're not even saying to push up against things that would actually benefit people. You know, resistance to toxic and negative behavior and energies and entities is important. But they're not talking about that. They want everybody submissive to that. And then, you know, resistant to what's happening in your own life energetically. Resistance in your own life to things that are transpiring energetically, things that are there for your growth, things that are there for learning. That kind of resistance is what causes pain, inflicts pain emotionally, physically. You know, we're talking about emotional, spiritual, and physical health issues. That is what resistance in those areas do. That's where you need to be fluid and be like water. And then you resist the things that are toxic and systemic. That's what you resist, not the things that are, you know, meant to help you to grow as a person, help you to learn. Don't be prideful about those things. Like, understand those things are there to help you to learn and be fluid. And I just had to drop that in there, you know, because the messages can get crisscrossed systemically, you know. Systemically, we'll be fighting ourselves in surrendering and yielding to toxic processes. That's systemic. That's not new earth energy either. So just a warning about that. You know, sometimes things are portrayed in a certain light to help keep control over groups of people. It's not really for your benefit. So also there might be something in here about somebody needing to adjust their viewpoint on what it means to like surrender. Don't be a pushover for systemic processes or people being toxic, mistreating you, being abusive. Don't do that. Step out of that energy and into an energy of self-empowerment and be fluid. Accept and surrender to experiences that are there for growth in your life. Yeah, this is going to move you towards strength. There's something in the energy about whomever is resonating with this message being, you know, in the past may have been like more like a people pleaser type energy. I get it. I used to be too. I get it. It takes some time to grow past that. And a lot of that has to do with just self-love and acknowledging that, you know, you have a right to experience self-love. It's not just for the people that you give it to, but you also have a right to experience that in your life as well. It's going to help you with your inner strength. Ooh, and how to develop that. Maybe I'm supposed to take these 3 cards. Let's see what's going on here. They love to flip on the floor. Yeah, sexuality. This is another factor here, is that when we are in a space where we're just kind of like diminished from constantly battling the wrong things and surrendering to the wrong things and not doing anything to support ourselves, we actually diminish like our chakral energy. So this says to me like sacral chakra, root and sacral chakra. That has to do with the you know, the organs associated with sex. I don't know if I can say it or not, but definitely in working on these areas here and really stepping into this energy and stepping into courage, away from people pleasing, allowing ourselves to see what's there and then taking action on it. That's strength, like acknowledging it. And taking action doesn't always mean cutting somebody off. It just means, okay, I acknowledge this is an issue with this relationship. How can I shift this situation? You know, what do I need to do in relation to this relationship that will be healthy for me, not just about the other person? And especially with sexuality coming up too, for some of you, this might be a relationship associated with like a life partner, somebody you have children with, maybe somebody you've just been in a relationship with for a long time, somebody you're sexually attracted to. I edited myself and then I said it anyways, whatever. I don't think that's a thing. I think it'll be okay. But yeah, definitely, if we want to strengthen our chakral system, especially root and sacral chakra, we need to really step into this energy of, I have a right to be here. I have a right to feel loved. I have a right to be healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. I have a right to experience the things in my life that I want to experience. I have a right to take up space. You know, really using that mantra of I have a right, and growing strength in those areas, and really cleaning up any relationship situations that are not in alignment. Because sexual energy also is more than just physical sex. It also has to do with like root and sacral chakra energy and how we utilize that, how that goes out into our experience. When we have a diminished root and sacral chakra, you know, we typically are not comfortable with ourselves. We're kind of a diminished energy. We pull in our auric field, you know, we're just not comfortable with ourselves or with our bodies. So there's a lot in here. Guidance. Look at that. I just talked about that before, that, you know, for some of you, there might be something here in the energy about working with other groups. And I see 3. This is kind of giving me a tarot reference as well. You know, working with other groups or other people who are of like mind. Some of you might be entertainers, maybe you're vocalists or performers. But working with others to, you know, who are of like mind, and energetically, you can bounce things off of them and, you know, feel like you have some support, or maybe work with these ones on projects, you know, or things that you want to do that might feel uplifting and make you, you know, help you to step into this energy in a, like with courage. Sometimes having a little bit of support can help with that too. I can't talk this morning. I don't know what that's about. Leadership. Bam. Yeah. Some of you are going to be stepping into leadership positions. And so it's super important that you work on these areas of understanding where relationship energy around you needs to be brought into alignment, corrected, shifted. It's part of your training because you're going into leadership positions. So really powerful energy with the collective there with that. Okay, I think we're going to go on ahead and move into our next oracle deck, because I got to keep tabs on time here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's put this one in here. And let's go on ahead and do the love tarot, because as I mentioned before, ouch, some of you have love tarot or shadow work. Which one? Shadow work. Okay. Okay, we're not going into love tarot. Apologies. We're going into shadow work. There's some messages here that need to come out. And these are important. I guess maybe for the amount of time I have, it's important that we do this work. And that's because we don't want to be rushed about things. We want to just take our time and move with the energy and not feel rushed. Time is not a factor here. It's more so about getting the energy out. Okay, or the messages associated with the energy. Let's put leadership there. Very good. Let's take a look here at the shadow work deck and see what messages need to come out. Oh, wowsies. It's gonna pop already. Okay, Spirit, let's see what we've got here for collective on shadow work. Deception. That was flipped over. Let's see. Anything else here for shadow work? Somebody is deceiving themselves or is being deceived. Let's see what's going on here. Any other messages? Oh, that one wanted to flip. We'll take it. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are definite relationship issues. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, that's okay. We're going to move through this energy. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Any other messages, Spirit? We'll just get into the ones on the table. Whoop, that one popped right out. We're going in and take it. Oh, boy. Okay, so we will take them in the order that they came. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read them off and I'm going to tell you what I'm getting here. So we have deception. A slippery slope erodes trust. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity. Integrity, transparency, trust. So something has happened in a relationship, because this is what keeps coming up, is like relationship with yourself and others. Something has happened where trust has been eroded in a relationship. Something going on here with transparency, and you're not trusting the person the way you were. There's also something here about seductive allure. So there might be an energy here where someone is experiencing a desire for instant gratification, but there's consequences that come with that. Meaning, to give an example, yes, it feels good to interact with this person, but maybe the habits and behaviors and the energy that the person is in creates limiting circumstances for themselves and for you. So that's what the consequences could be. It doesn't mean you're necessarily doing something wrong. It's not about right, wrong. It's about working with situations that are in alignment with your soul path and your energy, and how dealing with others who are out of alignment affects that. Then we have avoidance. So this already came up already, number 35, denial. This energy's coming in strong. This is the second time it's come in from a different deck. So there's definitely someone here in the collective that's having a hard time. Looks to me like being honest with themselves about something. Yeah, so there's messaging here about it being key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. So there's something that's really uncomfortable for you to address or look at. It's making you super uncomfortable. So you're avoiding it. You know it's there, but you don't want to deal with it. It's basically the same energy. And you're being encouraged by the Oracle deck, the shadow work, to really step into your authentic self. By remaining in certain relationships and situations, we are actually a lot of times stepping out of our authentic self in order to even engage with energies that are not in alignment. So you're being encouraged to step into your authentic self because everyone else is taken. Who else are you going to be? And not just that, like, you understand what's life path and what's not. I'm speaking to a collective member. This is something you understand. Thusly you understand what energies you're looking at and understand that it's uncomfortable for you to release it. It might even be like a comfort. What are those things called? Like something that's comforting to you that you've had for a long time that's difficult for you to let go or release. But you're seeing there's some ongoing issues with it, and you're being avoidant of it. And even the seductive allure could even mean like a relationship that is sexually fulfilling for you. It doesn't require as much work on yourself. You can just enjoy it because it's known, and you understand how to engage with it. And the thought of engaging with a new partner or stepping into a new love relationship type situation is scary. So you're avoiding it and just continuing to deal with this person. It may not even be a full relationship. It might be just somebody that you interact with sexually or, deal with off and on, and it's toxic or just doesn't do anything to help move you towards your goals energetically. So you're being encouraged to step into your authentic self. And once again, it might be parts of this message that resonates for you and other parts that don't. Please definitely fit the roles where they apply, and if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I'm picking up on a lot of different energies right now in the collective that are dealing with situations with authenticity with self, and how to move through an avoidance energy and really get going, high speed on their path towards their goals. This is an area that needs some work. There's some blockage here. A lot of root and sacral chakra, because there's issues here with feeling like comfortable and secure with something that you've long held or long dealt with, and it's hard for you to just release it because it's a comfort blanket, basically. So you're being encouraged to step into your authentic self. Anger. Yeah, you're not really happy about this. This relationship isn't going the way that you want it to go. It's not healthy. There's a lot of anger and resentment around this situation because it has not gone the way you wanted it to go, but it can't do what it can't do. So this is getting back into this energy of, here we go. Fluidity. This isn't working. You need to change something about it. Be fluid, because the reality is a situation can only do what it can. It depends on what energy it's in. So if it's a relationship or an interaction with somebody that is not, a high vibrational situation, how will it react, behave, function high vibrational? You're going to be frustrated about this because it can't do that. So once again, you're being encouraged to step into your authentic self and really look at this situation and see what needs to shift or change, whether the relationship needs to end or whether, you just need to change the way that you're looking at it or viewing it. Whatever that is, you have to make that decision. Of course, hopefully everybody here is adults and is able to just make those choices for themselves. So it's not for me to tell you which choice you should make, but just to really bring your attention to this energy. And remember our opening message in dealing with all of this. Instead of trying to be static and function in the way that you've always functioned with all the same hardwiring and everything, you're being encouraged to really step into the situation. Be present. Avoidance is like being out of body. You're not here for the experience. You're being encouraged to ground out, get in body, experience and feel through your sensory into the present moment. You know, what do you feel in your body when you're around others? That can be an indicator of what's happening energetically as well. Really utilizing all the tools you have here to understand and explore what's happening so you can make the needed shifts and adjustments. And to be childlike about this. It doesn't have to be agony. It could be that, you know, we look at this in an energy or a spirit of intrigue, curiosity, you know, just really opening up to seeing what's there and not judging. Just understanding and then making the needed changes. This could also help you with stepping into some of these areas that have been challenging and require a lot of courage. Maybe looking at it differently. Instead of it looking at it as this is hard, this is scary, this is difficult, utilizing some self-talk that shifts you to like higher vibrational speech that helps you to move or to take a step. Yes, this is challenging, but I understand I have support. Yes, this is challenging, but I understand that I have the power and the ability within myself to step into my authentic self. Yes, this is challenging, but I have these beautiful opportunities and goals up ahead, and I really need to make these shifts so that I can have what I want. Whatever kind of self-talk you need to use with yourself, there's something that needs to happen here. So I'm guessing that's it. I'm not going to get into the love tarot today, it looks like. So that's going to be the message for today, guys. I hope that this was helpful. I hope this resonated for you. And I hope that you're able to utilize this information in a helpful way so you can step into more of these new energies that you're integrating and away from old core beliefs and limiting beliefs, behavioral patterns and processes that were keeping you stuck. So I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. If this message did not resonate or this was not your message, I'm so grateful that you stayed with me till the end. Definitely, please come back and check in again. I am uploading regularly, and the more that you like, share, and subscribe, the more likely I'm able to connect with your energy and pick up on a message that resonates with you. Once again, my name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I'm grateful to be with you for another read, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay, guys, bye-bye.